Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's an epic bounce across the whole market today. My name is Kevin Svensson. Friday, May 3rd is the end of the week. It's not just crypto, even though crypto and the stock market are linked. Yes, it does make a big difference when the SP is going up. Today was the end of a big rise. There is more trust among people to bet on risky investments like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And you can see that Bitcoin is sitting perfectly at base 4 in this tweet I sent out today. It looks a lot like the diagram in the textbook, and that's what we talked about in the last film. I told them, yeah, we're going down a lot, but if we bounce here and this weekend's, well, we might be right where we need to be on base 4 for this trend. Things are going the way they should. What Bitcoin just went through with that dip is normal fluctuation. There's nothing strange about this. These dips used to be a lot bigger in the past. When you look at what Bitcoin used to do, this is pretty tame. In fact, Bitcoin is making another exponentially higher low right now. What do you call it when an asset has a run of higher lows that get bigger over time? Yes, it's a rising trend. The price of Bitcoin is still going up at a very fast rate, and this is a great support for the week. Bitcoin could have another strong hammer candle if it ends the week in the green. It is only Friday though. The print here might say something like that. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing this study, which is the same one we've been discussing for months on this channel. That is a beautiful thing. Even though it may be boring, it may happen over and over again. You guessed it, it works. We don't need to say anything else since the chart is already doing what we've been talking about for months. Subscribe and hit the like button if you like things that are always the same and right. To keep going with the study, Bitcoin made base 1, base 2, and base 3. Base 3 was the ETF approval/rejection candle, which hit hard once a week, and base 4 is probably where we are now. Another strong hammer candle might be coming up. There are 2 days left to close, and if we do that, it could mean the big move up toward that sell point, which for this trend would be $90,000. Now, a lot of people get what I mean wrong. As for Kev, they say that the price of Bitcoin can't go higher than $90,000. Based on the trend we're seeing, the textbook tells us that the best time to sell is at $90,000. After the starting price of $345,000, the price doubles. Following such a move, the textbook says that it is not sustainable, and the price may then stay in that band for a while before going up again. I think that's where I say you should fully exit the market because there will be a big bear market after this. A lot of people get this part of my analysis wrong. That's not what I mean. When it hits 90, I think the trend might go sideways, and we might see a big drop that many people wouldn't be ready for before it goes up later. You're right, we could go into the six-figure range after that. But remember that we could go from 15,000 to 90,000 in one steep swing and then break the trend. What would happen next? The parabolic trend would likely keep growing, which is something we've seen many times in Bitcoin past. Yes, it does this when the trend is steep. They keep getting bigger and bigger. When we look at 2017, we can see that there is a hyperbolic move to the right, an exponential move up, and smaller exponential trends inside those moves. That might not be the way it turns out. It might not even need to be that big of a change. It could be something calmer, milder, or less deep, but the trend typically gets stronger. That's what I want to say. 90,000 is a place where you should sell, but it might not be the end of the cycle. In this case, I mean that Bitcoin just happened. Everything just worked out. So it's pretty early because we're still early in the cycle. We're actually very close to an all-time high. Being at an all-time high during the halving has never happened before. Before the halving, we've never hit an all-time high. As it stands, we're still early in the cycle, and while I don't think this is the end, it is likely to be a place where the trend stops growing. This is the chart I tweeted about. I think the Bitcoin daily RSI came out yesterday. As soon as we break the RSI, the next parabolic rise starts. Break the RSI downtrend line and push to new highs. If you break the RSI decline line and push up, this is a great sign. Plus, if you look at the Bitcoin RSI every day, you can see that we're pretty much breaking it right now. If it hasn't already broken out, Bitcoin is on the trend line right now. It looks good, but we still have to close this every day. We got a good bounce, which is a nice push to the RSI breakout zone. It looks like Bitcoin is ready to make its next parabolic rise. And just like we said in the last video, if we bounce on this every week, we probably will hop in the last video on this channel. We won't have a cross down if this week can end in green. This weekly MACD might even close at 0 or higher, and the fact that it stays in that neutral zone shows that it has a lot of momentum. In 2017, Bitcoin did the same thing during the last big parabolic rise. On the weekly chart, we just stayed in the neutral zone of the MACD, which meant that there was major progress. To avoid that cross down, the candle just needs to end the weekly count up in the green. This will show major momentum, which will lead to our next big parabolic advance. Also, the trend of our weekly RSI is still there. The weekly RSI shows that we are moving in a certain direction. It looks like everything is going as planned on this channel. On this channel, the analysis hasn't moved at all in months. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and sign up for Kraken Pro if you like what I do. Soon, we'll have material on Kraken Pro. There is a guide on how to use Kraken Pro on this OS. If you want to get extra material like trade setups and altcoins, you can join Patreon. I'll see you all in the next video.